Good evening everybody. Sorry, good afternoon. సో ఈరోజు అయితే మన క్లాస్లో ఎస్ ఐపీలో ఫంక్షన్స్ నుండి వచ్చేటటువంటి ముఖ్యమైన 6 సిద్ధాంతాల గురించి క్లాస్లో అయితే చెప్పబోతున్నాం. We are discussing in this video the most important theorems which are frequently coming in our IPE first year examinations. I would like to explain all theorems in one class. It is not possible, but I will try. I hope everybody will support me. And let's go for the first theorem. Okay, in the first theorem given that if f maps a to b and g maps b to c are two 1 1 and onto functions, that means these two functions are two 1 1 and onto. That means these two functions are bijunction functions. Okay, these two are bijunction functions. Okay, so we have to prove that G circle F maps A to C also 1 1 and B onto. That means we have to show that G circle F maps A to C is a bijunction function. Let's start the answering. Let's go for the solution. First of all, we have to write the definitions of these two functions. Okay, first of all, let's go for the first one. I will take the F function as the left side and G function as right side. And I hope everybody will be able to hear my voice. Is my voice is audible? Can anyone reply? Okay, some noise is there, background noise. Okay, just a second. Yes, is now is audio is right. Now go for the answer. Okay, first one is given that, yes, let's go for the answer. Yes, first one given that you have to prove that yes. First of all, prove. Let me take the f function as a left side. F maps A to B is a bijection function. That's given 1 1 and onto. That means bijection. This is bijection function. Okay, that means we have to define them. First of all, f map here we have to write first of all. Okay, f maps A to B is first of all it is 1 1 function. So we have to write the definition first. Okay, I have to write the definition first. That is so we have to write the definition first. If A1 A2 belongs to A, then f of A1 is equal to f of A2. Okay, then we can directly write it simplifies as A1 is equal to A2. And now write the it is onto function. Then we have to write this f maps A to B onto function. Then we can define as wherever B belongs to B, there exists A belongs to A such that f of A is equal to B. This is the definition about the onto function. Now comes to G function. G maps B to C here defined as is a bijection. That means he is write as 1 1 and onto. That means it is a bijection function. Okay, bijection. That we can write as bijection means it should be a 1 1 function and also it should be onto function. Okay, let's write as B to C is a 1 1. So we have to write the definition first. That means that we can write as simply let B1 and B2 is belongs to B. Then we can write as G of B1 is equal to G of B2, which implies B1 is equal to B2 as a definition of 1 1 function. This is good. And we know that G maps B to C is also onto function. Okay, onto means we have to write like that. Wherever here we know C belongs to C, there exist D belongs to B such that G of B is equal to C. Why? Because here we are taking the domain as a B and codomain as a C. That's why we have to write, when we define the onto function, we have to write the codomain first, then we have to write the domain first, like this here. We have to first write the codomain and then we have to write the domain. This is the definition. If you write these two definitions in your exam, you will simply got this question for about 7 marks question. All the 6 theorems are about 7 marks. If you write these definitions primarily, you will get 3 to 4 marks easily. Now we have to go to the proof. Okay, this is the primary, and now we have to prove that first of all G circle F is a 1 1 and 1 2. That means we have to prove these two. First of all, we have to prove G circle F maps A to C is a 1 1 function, and after that we have to prove G circle F maps A to C is a onto function. So by these two proofs, we can consider that the G circle F maps A to C is a 1 1 B onto R bijection function. Okay, let's go for each one. Guys, anyone feel difficult to understand this? Please raise your voice, and definitely I will be explaining. Okay, let's go for the first one. Here, G circle F A to C is a 1 1 function. We have to prove that. Let's take as A1 and A2 belongs to A. Then we can write as G circle F of A1 is equal to G circle F of A2. Okay, so when we are proving any function as 1 1 function, finally we have to get A1 is equal to A2. At end stage we have to prove that A1 is equal to A2. Okay, in this way we have to move forward. Okay, let's write this as a function. We can write as G of F of A is equal to G of F of A2. Okay, now a small observation here. Let's observe this. We can write as directly by the definition of the 1 1 function of here. Everybody here. So we know that G of B1 is equal to G of B2 is equal to, we can directly write as B1 is equal to B2. In this way we can write as F of A1 is equal to F of A. So just watch links. Okay, so let's consider the F of A1 and F of A2 is a B. We can directly write it as G of F of A1 is equal to G of F of A2 is equal to, directly like this. Then we know that F of A1 is equal to F of A2 as the definition of the 1 1 function of F. Then we can write as A1 is equal to A2. Therefore we can directly write as G circle F maps A to C is a 1 1 function. Okay, let's take as 1. Now move the second side. Just a second. Right. Now move the second side. It is 7 marks question in our IB exam. So let's move for the second one. So we already proved that F circle G of, that is G circle F of A is equal to G. That means G circle F is a 1 1 function. Now we have to prove the onto function. Okay, let's go for that. So in this second side we can write as if A belongs to A, which implies we can write as G circle F of A is equal to G of F of A. Okay, and we know that F of A is equal to B here. Just you can observe here F of A is equal to B. Then we can directly write as G of B. Okay, if you have doubt, write like this, since F of A is equal to B and F is a onto function. Then we know that G of B is equal to, in onto definition of G function, we know that G of B is equal to C. Directly we can write as G of B is equal to C. That means we got that G circle F of A is equal to C. That means G circle F maps A to C is a onto function. Okay, by these proofs we can directly write as is 2. Let's assume that from 1 and 2, from 1 and 2, G circle F is 1 1 B onto R bijection is the proof. If you write these complete data in your IPE, you will get a 7 marks. So we have to write the definition first, then you have to prove in 2 steps. Okay, this is the proof for the first theorem. I hope everybody understand. If anyone have doubt, please raise your voice now. Okay, anyone doubt? Anyone have doubt? Please ask your question. Okay, this is about the first theorem. Okay, anyone doubt? Anyone have doubt? Please raise your voice. And let's go for the second theorem. Anyone have doubt? No. Okay, let's go for the second theorem. And after the live, you can pause the video and you can write the notes. Okay, let's go for the second theorem. Let's go for the second theorem. Second theorem is most important, and another one is weightage about the 7 marks in our IPE. Okay, that is if F maps A to B and G maps to B to C are 2 bijection, then G circle F whole inverse is equal to F inverse circle G inverse. So we have to prove that. Let's go for step by step. First of all, solution. Yes, in this problem also I will take 2 sides. Okay, first of all, F maps A to B is a bijection. Is a bijection. Okay, is a bijection. Then we can write as F maps A to B 1 1. Okay, we can write the definition as like that. If okay, let take as okay, let A1 A2 is belongs to F A, then we can write as F of A1 is equal to F of A2, then which plus A1 is equal to A2 is 1 1 function, and we can define as F maps A to D is onto. We can easily define as yes, for a will B belongs to B, there exists A belongs to A such that F of A is equal to B. This is about the left side. Now go for the G function. G maps B to C is a bijection. Bijection means it should be on 1 1 function and also on 2 function. And let take first of all B to C is a 1 1. Okay, 1 1 we can write as B1 B2 is belongs to B, and then we can write as G of B1 is equal to G of B2, whereas B1 is equal to B2. And next one, G maps B to C is on 2. You can directly write as for a will, easily write as for a will C belongs to C. Okay, there exists B belongs to B such that G of B is equal to C. Okay, this is according to the definition of onto. Now we have to move the next one. So what do you know about the inverse function? F maps A to B is a function, is a bijection. Then we know that F inverse maps B to A, also a bijection function. We can use this bijection. Okay, at the same time G maps B to C is bijection. Is a bijection. We can directly write G inverse maps C to B, also bijection. In we have so many theorems. According to those theorem, we can directly write as G inverse is a C to B. Okay, now we have to prove that G circle F whole inverse is equal to, and yes, we have to prove that according to the theorem is G circle F whole inverse is equal to F inverse circle G inverse. Okay, let's move for the theorem now. Okay, yes, let's move from, yes, that is a G circle F maps A to C. Okay, is a bijection, we know that. Then an earlier theorem, therefore A belongs to A, which implies a G circle F of A is equal to G. Okay, small interruption. Okay, let's move for the next one. Yes, we know that G circle F of A is equal to C, then directly we can apply inverse as A is equal to G circle F of inverse C. Okay, let's take from that, we have to take the left side only. We know that we can directly write as A is equal to, here just you can observe. Okay, here you can observe directly. Yes. Okay, we can write here directly as F inverse B is equal to G circle of F inverse of C. Why? Because if F of A is equal to B, which implies F inverse B is equal to A. Okay. Okay. Next step. In the next, we can directly write as, okay. In next step, we can directly write as F inverse of G inverse of C. Okay, since we know that G of B is equal to C, which implies G inverse C is equal to B. In this way, we can directly write as like this, is equal to G circle of F inverse C. Then we can direct as, if we have two offs, we can directly write as F inverse circle G inverse of C is equal to G circle F of F inverse. Here, yeah, we have to write the whole brackets. We just use them. Yes, whole inverse C. So by these two functions, the domain is equal. For that, we can write as direct F inverse circle G inverse is equal to G circle F whole inverse. That's the proof. We can directly write this. If we write like this, we will go with the sub marks in IP. Okay, this is about the second theorem. There are the 7 marks theorems. Okay, this is about the second theorem. Okay, I hope everybody understand it. If anyone has a doubt, please raise your voice. Okay, so this is the importance. This is about the second theorem. Now we are going to the third theorem. Okay. Okay. Let's go for the third theorem. Let's go for the third theorem, guys. The third theorem is about, yes, if F maps A to B is a bijection, then F inverse circle F is equal to IA and F circle F inverse is equal to IB. We have to prove that. So first of all, we have to write the theorem solution. So before solution, we have to write the definition of both bijection functions. Okay, solution. We know that hi Muhammad the Yunus hi. So first of all, we know that F maps A to B is a bijection. That means we know that F maps A to B is on 1 1 function. Yes, first of all you have to write the 1 1 function, and at the same time f maps a to b is onto function also, onto function. Okay, onto function. Yes, first of all you have to write the left side, f maps a to b onto function. Then we'll let take as first of all let take a1 a2 is belongs to let a1 a2 belongs to a, then f of a1 is equal to f of a2, there, which implies a1 is equal to a2. Is the definition about the 1 1 function. Now let's come to the right side. Wherever b belongs to b, there exists a belongs to a such that f of a is equal to, yes, f of a is equal to b. We have to write the definition first. F of a is equal to b. Okay, then we can write as directly. Yes, then f of a is equal to b, then we can write as f inverse b is equal to a. Okay, this is about the inverse function. It is directly. Now we have to go for the IA and IB functions. What is IA and what is IB? So IA means it is an identity function such that a to a. Okay, that means we have to know IA of a is equal to a. Okay, next one, IB means a function that b to b such that as IB of b is equal to b. These are the definition for the identity functions. So let's take for f inverse of f. Okay, we have to find the left side. So first of all, let's take as f inverse of circle f is equal to, we can write as f inverse circle f of a, let's take, which implies which is equal to f inverse of f of a. Okay, that means here we can write as f inverse of f of a means b, but we know that f inverse b is equal to a. From here we can write as directly f inverse b is equal to a. Okay, then we can directly write as f inverse of f of a is equal to a. This is yes, but we know that IA of a is equal to a. By these two functions we can write as they have same domain and codomain. Okay, directly we can write as now f inverse or circle f is equal to IA. This is one. Now go for the second one. Okay, now go for the second part, that is f circle f inverse. Okay, second one, f circle f inverse of a is equal to, we can write as directly f circle of f inverse of a, we can write as f of f inverse of a. Okay, then we can write as easily, f of f inverse a is equal to, we write as b. Okay, oh sorry, this is a small correction. Okay, let's take here f circle f inverse b. Let's take here as a b, we can write as f of f inverse of b. Then we can write as f inverse f of f inverse b is equal to a. Then we can write as f of a is equal to, we know that it is b, it is equal to b. Then from this we can write as f circle f inverse b is equal to b, but we know that IB of b is equal to b. By these two functions, domains and codomains are equal. Then we can write as f inverse, okay, b is equal to, okay, IB of b. That guy we can directly write as, okay, F inverse of is equal to I. This is the about the proofs. Okay, now we have proved that both two problems. That is, the first one is the yes, F inverse of circle F is equal to IA, and F circle F inverse is equal to IB. So this is also about the 7-mark question in our IB exam. I hope everybody understand. Okay, let we move for the fourth theorem. Okay, if anyone doubts, please raise your voice. I will definitely explain them. Okay, this is for the theorem number 3. Anyone doubt? Anyone doubts? Please raise your voice. And let's go for the fourth theorem, which is important in our exam. Let's go for the fourth theorem. So this is about the fourth theorem. If F maps A to B, IA and IB are identity functions. Okay, yes, identity function. Then function AB respectively. Then F circle IA is equal to IB of IB circle F is equal to F. We have to put that. Okay, let's go for the solution. First of all, proof here. Yes, F maps A to B. Okay, here F maps A to B, and we know that IA maps A to A, and IB means we know that it is a B to B. That means IA of A is equal to A, and IB of B is equal to B. Now go for the first one. F circle I of A, which is equal to, we write that F of IA. Okay, we know that F of IA is equal to always we get that F of A. That means we can get as, okay, is equal to B. That means F of A is equal to B. That means F of A is equal to B means it is F function. It shows the F function like this. Okay, and the second of, then how can we prove that? What is the proof for that? So we have to consider that. Okay, let's take first step by step. From one, yes. Let this first proof. Let A belongs to A, then we can write as F of A is equal to B. Okay. In F circle IA, which implies we can write as F circle I of A is equal to directly write as F of IA of A. In this way, we can write as F of IA of A means A according to the definition. We can write directly, and we will get as directly F of A is equal to B. So therefore, F circle I of A is equal to B, and F of A is equal to B. In these two functions domains and codomains are equal. Okay, then finally we can write as F circle IA is equal to F. This is one, write as one. Now go for the second one. The second one is given as IB of, that means IB of circle F is equal to, we can let A let take A belongs to F. We can write as IB circle of F of A, which is equal to IB of F of A. Then we get as IB of F of A is equal to B. Then IB of B is equal to B. And we directly write as now IB circle F of A is equal to B. But we know that F of A is equal to B. By these two functions, we know that domains and codomains are equal. Finally, we can write as IB circle F is equal to X. Therefore, these two from 1 and 2, we can write as F circle IA is equal to IB circle F is equal to F. This is the proof. For the fourth theorem. Okay, this is the fourth theorem, and now we have to enter the proof. Okay, guys. Now we are moving to the yes guys, fifth theorem. Now we are moving to the fifth theorem, which is the hard one. Students feels very hard theorem. Let's go further. What is the theorem? How students feel hard about it? Yes. Okay. Yes, here is a question about the F maps A to B and G maps B to A are two functions such that G circle F is equal to IA and F circle G is equal to IB. Then F maps A to B is a bijection and F inverse B. So what is the question? Yes. Okay. What how to we prove that? The question is about to prove that F maps A to B is a bijection and F inverse is equal to G. Okay, we have to prove those things. So what are the clues given here? The first clue is G maps B to A, and the second clue is yes, F circle G is equal to IB, and the third clue is here G circle F is equal to IA. Okay, let's prove. We have to prove that F maps A to B is a bijection function. That means F. While proving A to B is a bijection, you have to prove it is a, first of all, it is a on-to-on and one-one function. We have to prove F maps A to B is a one-one function and is also on-to function. The proof of on-to. First of all, the proof for one-one function. So let's take as letter A1, A2 belongs to A, then F of A1 is equal to F of A2. So here we can write as here IA is equal to, we can directly write as yes, we can directly write as like this: G of F of A1 is equal to G of F of A2. We can directly write this, and we can write as here as a G circle F of A1 is equal to G circle F of A2. Okay, but G circle F, yes, G circle F A1 and G circle F A2 we can directly write as IA A1 is equal to IA A2. Then we can directly write as IA1 is equal to A2. Thus we put that F maps A to B is one function. And let's move for the second. We have to prove that F maps A to B is onto function. Okay. So let take as B belongs to B, which implies we can write as IB of B is equal to B. Why? Because IB is an identity function. Okay. Now IB we will take as directly as here. That is F circle G of B is equal to B. Okay. We can extend that as a G of F of G of B is equal to B. In this way we can directly write as F of A is equal to B. Since we know that G of B is equal to A has a definition. Finally we get as F of A is equal to B. That means F is here onto function. Okay. By these proofs we can write as F is a bijection. This is the part 1. Okay, this is the part 1. Okay, now next we have to show that is G in F inverse is equal to G. Then F of A, yes, here we know that F maps A to B is a bijection. Then we can write as simply F inverse maps B to A is also bijection. But then F inverse of B is equal to A, we can write as. At the same time G of B also A. By these two definitions, the domain and codomain are equal. Finally we can write as F inverse is equal to Z. This is proof number 2. Okay. By these two proofs we can directly prove that. By these two proofs we can directly write as that is F maps A to B is bijection and F inverse is equal to X. This is about the theorem number 5. Students feels it is so hard, but it's very easy to do that. I hope everybody understand that. Okay, and the last theorem is remain. That is the problem. Okay, yes, and the last theorem we have to do that. Let's go for the last theorem. Actually, in our intermediate class, each theorem will take at least 45 minutes to explain in your daily classroom. But here I take only 10 or 15 minutes to explain. Okay, let's move for the last theorem. Very easy, and it will come rarely. And finally, the sixth theorem is here. It comes rarely. What do we have to know? This is last theorem. Here write that F maps A to B and G maps B to C and H maps C to D. Okay. Now we have to write. Yes. First of all, we have to go to the H circle, G circle F. Okay. Let's take A belongs to A, and B belongs to B, and C belongs to C. Let go for the H of G circle of F. We can write as H circle of G circle f of A, we can write as h of G of f of A. Okay, we can consider like this. We can directly in step 2 we can write as h of G of f of A means we can write it as B, and we can write it h of G of B is equal to C is equal to D. That means is the H circle G circle f of A is equal to D. That means H circle G circle f maps it is A to D. Okay, we can prove this theorem in two ways. Okay, A to D. Now go for the second one. Yes, here is the one. Okay. Now go for the second one. H circle f of is not F, it is G. I hope the question is not here. H circle G of circle F. Now second proof. Let's take G circle. Sorry, H circle G of f of A, which implies we can write as H circle G of f of A, and H circle G means we can write as H of G of f of A. Okay. We can write as simply H circle G of f of A means here B, and H of G circle B means G of B means here C. H sub C is equal to D. Okay, this is true. This is important. It is easy theorem. Okay, directly we can write H circle G of circle F maps A to D. It is true. From 1 and 2, we can these two functions have equal domain and codomain. Okay, equal domain and codomain. Finally, therefore we can write as H circle G of H circle of G circle F is equal to H circle G of circle F, and so that's the theorem. So in this way we can directly answer the 6 theorems. So these are the important theorems in our IPE from the functions, and I hope everybody understand. And each theorem will take nearly 20 to 30 minutes in your regular classroom, but here I try to explain each theorem for 5 or 10 minutes. Yes, I hope everybody understand. Yes, somebody asking about the concept class today. Yes, I would like to create a live session today about the chemical bonding and also about the statistics also. Okay guys, thank you for watching. Okay, take care, and we will meet again on the 1B. Okay, so in the exercise 1B exercise I will explain complete question and answers in our next video. Thank you guys, thank you very much.